Yo, I'm getting the camera loaded right now. Uh, I look big. No, wait, let's do a different cam. Oh, what? Probably should have fixed that before we got on. Let's fix it first. Oh, see, there it is. Exit. Oh yeah, get that golden. All right. Today is Friday. So, since it's Friday, we're going to have some fun. We're not going to talk about war, people dying. We'll be talking about a gun. There is a gun involved inside of this story. So, if you're skirmish about guns and you want to have a good Friday night, then bail. I mean, whatever, I don't care. But if you want to learn a little bit about some case law and you want to see a really cool case out of Florida that got the open carry laws changed, tune in, dude. I got B2Bs. My hair, bro. I went to a new barber and like it hurts, bro. It's hurting my feelings, bro. I really just need to let it go, right? Because if it starts widow peeking into the braids, all right, get out of here. We're not here to look at my widow's peak. We're here to watch some case law. All right. Let's do the view, float on top. Bang.
Imagine standing on a busy downtown intersection with a loaded semi-automatic handgun on your hip and a copy of the Constitution in your hand, explicitly daring the police to arrest you.
My name's McDaniels. And I'm also Martinez. Scott Irish has been fighting for freedom for thousands of years.
Just like every other race has.
Yeah. Well, I've got all kinds of
So apparently he just standing there with a gun,
oh, somebody
and the
called
police
us?
called.
Yeah. People want to complain?
Yeah. Make people nervous.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Is that an actual firearm, sir?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, you do know that there's no open carry in.
Hold on. What do you mean you don't? See, this is the thing. I couldn't be a cop. I would have shot him already. What do you mean you don't answer questions? Okay, cool. Bang, bang.
Florida, right?
Okay. If you guys need to do something,
Okay.
that's what you got to do.
Unless you're hunting, fishing, or coming to or from, on that, in the state of Florida, we do not have that.
Okay.
What's he gonna start with him?
I know, he's a First Amendment auditor.
He's a First Amendment auditor.
So, if you guys need to do your job today, then you need to do your job. So, I'm not going to hold that against you guys personally,
Okay.
but, the history is full of people that have just done their jobs.
Okay. Do you have a concealed carry permit?
I've already. We are live on
That's fine.
Facebook. So
That's fine.
I'm running for County Commissioner in District 4.
Where's that at? I don't know.
East Pensacola and Pensacola Beach. So I do, my district's actually, it kind of ends right there at the Veterans Memorial Park, where I'm really hoping we can get a bathroom put in down there, because the city of Pensacola, well, after 53 weeks of having a temporary bathroom, they still haven't finalized everything, and so.
Are you there?
I am not, but my dad is, and growing up here, I've served veterans.
See, sometimes that mean more. Sometimes, look, I know a lot of veterans. They go into the Marines, whatever, blah blah blah, and they come out and they hate it. They hate it, and they hate everything they stood for, and they don't even want to be even connected with it. Yeah, they're veterans, but they don't. It's like a certain stigma of shame they kind of carry with it, and I don't know why that is. But when you end up being the kid of a Marine, sometimes you live vicariously through your father, and you don't get to see those bad things, and he doesn't expose you to those bad things. So I can see why he's First Amendment dude, and his dad's not out there with him.
Whole life here in Pensacola because it's the customers that my business has served. So
Okay. And I know that temporary trailer, they're doing away with that because they don't want a temporary trailer there for the bathrooms.
yeah, it's just Elon Musk talked about 18 months to get a gigafactory built in Austin, right outside Austin, and after 53 weeks they still don't have bathroom plans, a simple bathroom plan. I'm a construction professional, so
Okay.
it shouldn't take so long to get things together,
Okay.
especially for our veterans. We spent a lot of money on that park. I think we need to put a
Absolutely.
bathroom in there.
Me and Officer Mayo are both veterans.
Well, thank you.
So-
Thank you for your service. I really enjoyed living free.
I assume you don't live in the area that you're.
Yes, I do. I live on the north end of my district, but yeah, live on the north end.
Are you down here solo?
I am. Had a friend stop by earlier. Saw on Facebook.
Okay.
Had a conversation. Like that.
Are your shirt been tucked in all day?
Yes, it has.
Let's just have his weapon.
Well, Storage just making a phone call.
Okay. I want to see briefly display. It's not briefly displayed.
My first time.
I use that as.
It's the first time I've tucked in my shirt since having my concealed weapons permit.
How long you been out here?
Since 9 a.m.
Wow. And your shirt's been tucked in the whole entire time?
The whole entire time.
He's 9 a.m. Okay. Well, that is briefly displayed. That's not briefly displayed. That's for your camera as well.
Do what?
It's for your. I'm auditory for your camera as well. For your Facebook Live.
Okay, I don't have no idea what you just said, but
That's fine.
They be trying to be smooth. They be trying to be funny.
You can only briefly display your firearm.
okay.
You can only briefly display your firearm.
Challenge all these unjust laws.
That's gonna be with you in Florida State Senate.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you petition?
Petition what?
The law change?
I have this right here.
That's the Constitution.
Yeah, the U.S. Constitution. We know that is.
That's the Constitution.
But then
You
there's
will
also
not
state
impede on my right to bear arms.
statutes as well. State laws.
Here it is.
As well as state constitutions.
It says right here, shall not be infringed.
Shall not be infringed.
We understand that. But understand that Florida state law also has its
Is
own
that
laws.
infringement?
No, it's not.
Okay. If you insist.
Let me ask you this. And just banter here. If
Okay.
you disagree with Florida laws, why did you go through the process of getting one of these?
Because at the time I did want to comply, but things are changing, our Supreme Court is making some very great decisions, and, it's time that we start being the change we want to see.
On July 4th, 2022, Independence Day, Stanley McDaniels didn't just break Florida law. He staged a calculated collision between state statute and the Second Amendment. This wasn't a random act of recklessness. This was a test case, a deliberate act of civil disobedience designed to force the judicial system's hand. But here's the critical legal question. Does a citizen have the right to ignore a law they believe is unconstitutional? The pull-out power actually strikes it down. And more importantly, how should police officers respond when they're caught in a crossfire between enforcing a statute on the books and a constitutional right that states it shall not be infringed?
See?
Today, we're going to dissect how a calm, polite conversation on a street corner eventually led to the complete overturning of a state law, and why this specific interaction serves as a masterclass in how to fight the system without getting destroyed by it.
See?
Who is actually right when the law itself is wrong? Let's analyze.
So, can I ask you, what is the definition to you what infringement means?
If you guys need to do it, if you guys have a job to do, then you have a job to do.
No, but you asked me if it's infringed. I was just wondering what your definition
I
was.
support you guys 100%.
Thank you.
I'm not here to, but if you guys need to do a job that I disagree with, then that's the job you guys have to do. I'm not here to be violent with you guys in any way.
Well, Stanley, here's my thing. Whether you agree with the law, is getting arrested the right way to go about it? Or maybe petitioning your congressman, your state.
If I need to take a case to the Supreme Court, then that is definitely a way to change the law by going to the Supreme Court. So, if you guys feel like there's something you need to do
that without making
if you guys feel like you need to do your job over following this Constitution that says shall not be infringed,
It does say shall not be infringed.
that completely.
So what is your
But
definition of
history
infringe?
is right with those that have just done their job.
You understand that the issue here is not that you have a firearm.
Okay?
It's not. It's that you're improperly displaying the firearm.
Who said just take it though?
That's it.
That's a lawsuit. Just take it.
Infringing the fact that you have the right to bear arms is that.
Why are you explaining you? Police that try to explain to you them finna get a lawsuit. Don't explain to me. Make this quick.
I'm here to argue the law with you.
I'm not here to argue the laws.
It says shall not be infringed. And this Constitution matters. So if you guys need to do your job, I will respect that.
Period.
Let's break down exactly what is happening here, because this interaction is a textbook example of two opposing legal realities colliding in real time. At minute 0033, Officer Martinez approaches. Notice the dynamic immediately. McDaniels isn't hiding anything. The firearm is deliberately exposed. In Florida, under Section 790.053 of the Florida statute,
We'll see if we can get some. Oh, perfect. Transcript. All right. Florida 790. Oh, nice. I can see it. Except as otherwise provided by law, it's unlawful for any person to openly carry a weapon on or about his person, any firearm or electrical weapon or device. It is not a violation of this section as a person with a person licensed to carry a concealed firearm is provided who is lawful carrying a firearm in a concealed manner to briefly or and openly display the firearm to the ordinary sight of another person, unless the firearm is intentionally displayed. So pretty much, he's challenging the fact. Whatever, you saw it. I just read it.
firearm is deliberately exposed. In Florida, under Section 790.053 of the
These
Florida
Oreos smack.
statutes, openly carrying a firearm, even with a license, was a second-degree misdemeanor at this time. The officer establishes probable cause instantly. The gun is in plain view, and McDaniels is clearly not fishing, hunting, or camping, the only narrow exceptions Florida law allows. When the officer asks if the gun is real, McDaniels hits him with the classic, "I don't answer questions." While legally sound under the Fifth Amendment, McDaniels quickly pivots. He isn't here to remain silent. He's here to make a point. He explicitly states his intent to challenge the law based on the Second Amendment's shall not be infringed clause. Here's the legal friction point. Officer Martinez is operating under the precedent of Norman versus State, 2017, where the Florida Supreme Court ruled that banning open carry was constitutional because citizens could still carry concealed. However, McDaniels is banking on the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling in NYSRPA versus Bruin, decided just weeks prior in June 2022, which radically shifted the burden to the government to prove that gun restrictions align with the nation's historical tradition. At minute 0060,
They're doing that now?
the officers move
They're doing that? Hold on. Hold on. We're about to look that up.
seize the weapon. Was this
Let me finish
lawful?
these Oreos.
Yes. Under the doctrine established in Horton versus California, 1990, Police can seize evidence of a crime without a warrant if they are in a lawful vantage point and the incriminating nature of the object is immediately apparent. Since open carry was a crime in Florida at that moment, the gun itself was contraband. Furthermore, when they ran the serial number, they were protected by the 11th Circuit's ruling in United States versus Kendricks, 2018. Once police legally possess a firearm, checking the serial number is not considered a separate search under the Fourth Amendment.
That's a legal search.
Intrude
That's a legal search and seizure. And then that's a legal search again on the gun.
any reasonable expectation of privacy. Critically, look at McDaniel's behavior. He doesn't physically resist. He doesn't scream. He essentially says, I know the law. I believe it's invalid, and I'm letting you arrest me to prove it. This is disciplined civil disobedience. By not resisting, he ensures the only variable in court will be the constitutionality of the statute, not a charge for resisting an officer without violence. He's keeping his test case clean.
And this is why I keep telling you niggas, stop trying to defeat these motherfucking cops at the motherfucking stoplight. Bitch, if the law broke, it's broke, bitch. Go to court, fight the fucking law, and don't fucking miss bail. You missed the bail here, nigga, they gonna take your ass to jail, and then you gonna want to settle out. Stop fucking being stupid.
Just understand that in the Constitution it also allows states to have their own laws and govern theirs as well. That's why every state has.
Number two.
That's why they have their own
shall not
constitution.
be infringed.
Okay.
Okay.
Again,
Now, I
It's not
agree
infringed.
with the states' rights. We have a lot of different conversations we need to begin to have because they're giving the states back a lot of rights. But this is not one of them.
I understand. So what's your goal here today?
If you guys need to do your job, I'm just waving at people. I don't have a goal.
So being on Facebook Live and whatever, that's your goal.
You keep bringing up Facebook Live, you cornball ass bitch. You keep bringing up Facebook Live. You niggas don't even be serving the Constitution for real.
I'm running my campaign.
He really showing y'all stupid ass niggas. He really just showing y'all that.
I'm just out here being free today on the 4th of July.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad.
My name's McDaniels.
And I'm also Martinez.
Scott Irish have been fighting for freedom for thousands of years.
Just like every other race has.
Yeah.
He trying to make it racist now.
All kinds of different, my family has assimilated over the years. I've got anything from Polish Jew to Cherokee, to my knowledge. So,
Nice.
I'm an American,
Absolutely.
and I'm here exercising my rights. I appreciate the job you guys do. I know
Yeah.
it's got to be
And we enjoy that you're trying to enjoy your freedom. Absolutely.
on today of all days.
July 4th, absolutely, sir.
Yes.
It's a great day. Great day to be
It's
free.
a great day to be free. If I can't be free before the end of the day, then, that's a terrible thing. So.
Yeah, well, we don't want to come to that, though, but unfortunately, laws are put in place
Yeah.
for a reason.
Yeah, and people have been following the law
Absolutely.
far too long.
Isn't that what you're supposed to be doing?
In some instances, is there a victim? Can you produce a victim?
There's a victim.
Is there a victim?
This is in our presence.
Okay, where's the victim?
The victim will be the city of Pensacola, since it's in the presence of law enforcement.
How am I victimizing the city?
Understand that when it happens and if a crime occurs,
He victimizing the city because it make his pussy hurt. It make the police pussy hurt. It make his pussy hurt when he see you with a gun, because then that mean that the fight not fair in his favor.
Same to you.
So,
Okay, what's your name again?
Sergeant Gigliotti.
Gigliotti, and your badge number 58?
6'7".
What's the 58?
They don't put the new numbers on all the badges when someone retires. They just get their badge.
Okay.
Yep. But it's 6'7". I have military numbers A962. So, I understand you plead the fifth. Don't want to discuss anything. I get that. But just for sake of us having a conversation, what's the goal here? Just trying to educate folks on Constitution? Like, what are we looking to do?
I'm just waving at my constituents today.
Okay. And honestly, is your intent to try to have officers come out here and just investigate?
I've been out here since 9 a.m. It's 10 till 3 now. no intention of harming any of our law enforcement officers. If you guys feel like you need to do a job that you've been told to do, then by all means, I'm not here to become violent with you. Okay, I support you guys 100% in what you need to do, but I'm here today telling you that right here, it says, shall not be infringed. Did you need to read that?
Sure, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
You mind if I...
Amendment 2.
Hold on, let's go look up the Second Amendment. This nigga's smiling when he bringing that shit up and shit. Let me bring up the Second Amendment.
Are comfortable with not seeing something that some folks deem as a problem.
Second Amendment. Let's read this shit.
So if you feel like you need
Second
to deviate
Amendment
from
protects the right of people to keep and bear arms. It text state a well-regulated militia being necessary to secure the free state. What? That's what they say about it. What does it say? The Supreme Court ruled that the amendment protects an individual's right to possess a firearm unconnected with service in the militia, particularly for self-defense within the home. That's nice. It says the limitations. The Supreme Court has noted that the right is not unlimited. It is not a right to keep and carry any weapon whatsoever in any manner whatsoever for whatever purpose. The permissible regulation can include bans on concealed weapons, restriction on firearms in sensitive places like schools, laws regarding the commercial sale of firearms. McDonald versus the city of Chicago held that his right applies to state and local governments. Okay. Oh, this that Bruin one, struck down in New York law regarding carrying handguns in public, strengthened the right to carry outside the home for New York. So yeah, you really got the right to really like walk around with that bitch. No, I'm not getting one.
by all means, tell me, and you you guys can handle whatever it is you need to handle.
Yes, and I appreciate
I've had my gun taken from me before by the Pensacola Police Department, and I wasn't very happy about it then. Okay, and so if the four of you need to enforce an unjust law, then I guess I'll have to have a public defender try and get it to the Supreme Court. I think Clarence Thomas is ready to hear my case.
fantastic. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna take your file.
Okay.
Okay, what is my...
How long is this video?
How can I get that back?
Yep, you can go through
Okay,
all
got 10
procedures.
more
Just
minutes.
Grab your gun from me, okay?
Bet.
You're not being arrested. If you'll just run a criminal history on them. And check the serial number.
175.
Okay, so you've now taken my gun from me, and you're gonna run the serial numbers on a gun that I bought from Mike's Outdoor
What is it, 67?
Sports. There is a great
67,
shop.
if you want
You
to
should
put
visit them.
this
They're on Highway
for
29. I bought that gun used from them years ago. It's a 40 caliber Beretta with hollow points. There is one in the chamber, sir.
That's fine.
The street encounter ended peacefully, but the real war was just beginning. Notice the tactical decision by the Pensacola police at 001905. They chose not to perform a custodial arrest on the spot. Instead, they opted for a warrant application. This was a brilliant move for de-escalation. By avoiding handcuffs in a tense, armed situation, they removed the risk of a physical struggle while still enforcing the statute. McDaniels turned himself in days later, was convicted, and sentenced. In 99% of cases, that is where the story ends, with a permanent criminal record. But McDaniels had a legal ace up his sleeve. Florida Statute Section 34.017. This obscure procedural rule allows a county court to certify a Florida Statute Section 34.0 Florida Statute Section 34.017. This obscure procedural rule allows a county court to certify a question directly to the District Court of Appeal if it has great public importance.
What?
The trial judge essentially said, I have to convict you based on current law, but the law itself might be broken. This paved the way for the appellate court to bypass standard delays and address the core constitutional crisis. And this is where the tectonic plates of American law shifted. On September 10, 2025, the First District Court of Appeal dropped a bombshell. Relying on the Bruin Standard, which demands that any gun law must have a historical analog from the founding era, the court looked at Florida's ban on open carry and found it wanting. Under the old Norman Standard, the state could ban open carry if it served a public interest. Under the new Bruin Standard, public interest doesn't matter, only history matters. The court ruled that there was no historical tradition of completely banning the peaceful open carry of firearms. Just like that, Florida Statute 790.053 was declared unconstitutional. The Attorney General's subsequent refusal to appeal turned this judicial opinion into de facto statewide policy. McDaniels didn't just win his case, he effectively rewrote the criminal code of Florida from a street corner in Pensacola.
Carry is not concealed. It is clearly visible and so visible by someone driving by that they can clearly see it with the firearm.
It doesn't matter, bro.
And I get
Shut up.
I've had people walk by me. I've had conversations with.
She got a little guy at.
Had people walk by me.
Just let me know what the results of that are. Sure it's gonna come back like we stop getting down.
Good.
It's 34 in Cassie.
That's what's this.
And criminal history.
There was still on that.
Yes, I do have criminal history. Sent all that paperwork in with my license.
Yes, sir.
Got the FBI background check, fingerprints. Oh no.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, and I respect our process,
Yeah.
but the state of Florida, the law is clearly defined, and that's what we have to go with, okay?
Okay. If you got, like I said, if you guys feel there's a job you've got to do,
Yes, sir.
then by all means, I'm sorry for you, but you know, here it is. It says clearly, shall not be infringed.
Yes, sir. You're exactly correct. That's exactly what that says.
Plan on staying out here all night?
No, just till 5 was my plan, and then you know my kids are coming down. We're gonna watch the fireworks.
Right,
It's the
all right.
plan anyways.
Yeah,
All right, sir. So
it's pretty
we are
cool.
going to be doing a warrant for your arrest, okay? We're not going to arrest you. We're not going to make a physical arrest today.
So you're gonna put a warrant out for my arrest?
We're
What's the
gonna-
charge?
All right, we'll keep that one as it is. Probably do 2 uploads tonight. It's the weekend. What's gonna be the next video? What's gonna be the next video? Ooh, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun.